Everyone, Sean here. We're doing a Let's Talk video, obviously, on Dead by Daylight. Usually, when we do a Let's Talk video or we're playing Dead by Daylight in stream, it's hard not to play this game without talking about the negative aspects of the game. Because if you've watched a lot of my videos, you will have seen that. So, in this video here, we are not going to focus on the negative side of the game. We want to talk about the positive side of the game. Yeah, but just for future reference, because we will be doing Let's Talk videos on the negative side of the game. There's basically, the negative side of the game comes down to four sort of categories really. There's a toxic cloud that hands over the game. You have the severe imbalance between survivor and killer. You have the hacking that goes on in the game. And you have skill-based matchmaking. That's the four big negative things in the game, but we're not going to be talking about that today. What we want to talk about is the positive side of the game. There is fun to be had in Dead by Daylight. I actually have played this game 663 hours in this game. I have 48.6 hours in the last 2 weeks. So I play this game a lot. And right now I'm mostly farming achievements. Because I only started playing the game in February. Well, I bought Dead by Daylight in February. I think it was about end of March, beginning of April, where I started to play it more and more. But I started off playing Killer. I played Spirit and Legion. Then I switched over to Survivor side. I played with friends in the States, and I was playing in high pin because I'm in Scotland. So I was like, oh, you can 120 pin. That's how I learned how to play Survivor. But I'll actually learn more about the game playing Killer, which I don't recommend, to be honest. I recommend starting with Survivor there. But recently I've been playing Nightmare, and as you can see here, Nightmare's my main killer. Spirit's my favourite killer. But I've been playing Nightmare mostly until recently where I started playing Plague, and I'm trying to get other killers to come up. Basically get them ranked up to a point where I can start playing them as well, so I can get the achievements with these killers basically. Not them, the adept killers, because that's just going to be too tough in the current state of the game basically to do that. But fun can be had. There's some game sessions where the fun is just absolutely brilliant. Now, basically, you have two types of game sessions. You have a fun game session which will have the negative match, or you have a game session which is pretty much dominated by the negative side of the game. So it can get really frustrating. As I always say, I have a love-hate relationship with Dead by Daylight. I think most players do. But a lot of fun can be had. There's a lot of killers, there's a lot of different perks, there's a lot of add-ons. If you're someone who does content creating or streaming, I do recommend Dead by Daylight as a game to look at. Just be prepared for game sessions which are just not fun, basically. But I think that can be the same said for most multiplayer games, actually. But Dead by Daylight is one of the... Well, the player community is interesting. It's interesting for sure. There's definitely a lot to talk about in this game, but sadly right now there is a lot of negative things to talk about. It's hard to talk about Dead by Daylight without touching on one of the four subjects that I talked about beforehand. This is supposed to be a positive video explaining why I do actually have 663 hours in the game. I used to love horror movies, basically, and somewhere along the way I just stopped watching them, mostly because I think most horror movies I was seeing pretty much sucked. But I loved the horror movies. I loved the Freddy movies. I loved Elm Streets, the Jason, the Halloweens, the Hellraisers, and all that. Chucky and all that stuff. I loved the Halloween movies. They were always a lot of fun to watch. They were just good escapism. And this game can provide good escapism for you, but at the same time, there is going to be times where, well, someone else in the game is going to put their own need for fun ahead of yours, basically, and there's going to be other things that will happen as well, and there's a severe imbalance of kills. You have to accept you're not going to win. Skill-based matchmaking is frustrating. If you get to high MMR, then you're going to have to deal with hacking more and more as well. So there is a lot of problems in the game, but at the same time there is a lot of fun to be had in the game as well. There's some game sessions where you're just going to be buzzing afterwards because you had so much fun. With people playing matches straight up, this game can be a lot of fun there. So I want to talk about that. And there is a lot of different killers in this game. There's a ton of killers in this game. There's a lot of characters in the game that you can play as well. There's a lot of different perks that you can try out. There's different loads outs for the perks. There's different add-ons with killers that you can try out. There's a lot of depth to the game. So fun can be had for sure. And that's just what I want to talk about, because I need to And generally when I do videos and stuff like that, I'm talking about the negative side at the same time, but I need to talk about the positive side of the game here, because in this video here I'm talking about the positives, at least I'm trying to, but I'm actually still touching on the negative side, because it's hard not to talk about the Dead by Daylight without being negative, but at the same time there is positives in the game as well, and I need to remember that when I'm talking about the game in future, when I'm streaming this game here and talking about the positives. Like for instance, we've got a new chapter that's released. It has one perk called Overcharge, which well, it's a bit frustrating. They are overcharged basically when you hit a killer hits the survivor, they get stuck in an animation for a couple of seconds. Well, the survivor gets a 2-second speed boost with that overcharge perk increases it to 4. And let's just say that is okay. Okay, devs. This match is fun because I've set myself to mid-witch, but if I was on Larry's, that's not fun, and I have 2 videos coming out on my YouTube. It shows me having fun with playing on mid-witch here, as you're seeing in the background here. But I'm also showing a video, I have a video of being on Larry's with Plague, which wasn't fun. So there is fun to be had, but sometimes there's not fun in the game as well. Anyway, that's what I was talking about, because I do have a lot of hours in the game, and I do play this game a lot. So clearly I am having fun in this game at times as well. But at times I get frustrated as well, and if you watched any of my other videos and stream, you would have seen that. Anyway, that's all for this video. I just wanted to say that there is fun to be had in the game. And I wanted to explain why. There's a lot of depth to the game, and if people play straight up in the game, fun can be had for sure. For sure. So anyway, that's the end of this video. I will probably go back to the negative stuff in our future videos. I'll talk about the new chapter on Let's Talk soon. I want to play more, because I've only played 1 game session so far with the new chapter. I haven't played the new killer yet, I haven't unlocked her. I've still got a load of other killers to unlock. I'm working on Blight and Clown, which I get Blight and Clown I think is ready to actually go with actually. So I might play them live on stream this week maybe. I'm not sure yet. I'm stubborn and I still want to get good with Plague. But Plague's tough in some maps to really get good at. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, then please like this video. If you'd like to see future content like this, then please subscribe for future content. You can always check me out live on Twitch every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. I play 2 games on stream, and I stream for 4 hours. And until next time, you take care.